Oh, and this is how we get down. What's good, everybody? Welcome into a Tuesday episode of Coaching Company. This is how you start your day, and we are so grateful that you do. Now, some platforms today are having some issues, so if you're used to watching on Twitter or other places, YouTube is still working, so you can obviously watch there or on Stadium, Bally Sports Live every single day. We are available in over 100 million homes. So when one platform goes down, it doesn't affect us at all. Now, if you are watching on YouTube and you're in the chat, hit that like button for me. It really helps the show grow. Now, how do we do yesterday on our picks? Well, the morning show, you know our motto. We just want to win more than we lose. Big Chuck, you talk about no sweat, zero sweat. My guy, not only did he hit his 2 plays there, but he also had a hashtag stay on your toes play in soccer that I believe it was over 2 in the first half, and they scored 4 in the first half. It was so simple yesterday. Now, let's get you set for today. Our schedule always super busy. Tuesday, a little bit lighter than on Mondays, but we still have the podcast around 11:15 a.m. Eastern time. Still plan on doing that. 2 to 4 Eastern time, it is Off the Ropes with the Coach on Sirius Channel 156 today, coming off an incredible Monday Night Raw last night for John Cena at Madison Square Garden. And then, of course, tonight, if you are not a premium member, what are we doing? We will have a premium pop-up tonight. We've got Maction. We've got plenty of NBA. We've got NHL, live betting across the board. Scan that QR code, become a premium member today. You also get a star next to your name in the chat, and you become part of the Cool Kids Club. Also, brand new merch drops coming out this week for all Indiana fans. If you are part of an Indiana fan group, you got to take our new merch to the table. Look at this. Google me. Oh, you can get your bags, you can get your hat, whatever. We also have 2 or 3 other sayings from Mr. New Contract Guy, coach, head coach for Indiana. So take a look at that. Brand new. We'll have the link up everywhere, including in the show, including in the chat, all kinds of that good stuff as we continue to grow. Now, I can't see myself, but if we are still good, I believe it's now time we're trying to beat the books. Oh, and look who I have today. Is it raining where you guys are? Because I feel like I'm in the middle of Noah's Ark out here. No. Peyton, have you talked to your dad about the weather out here?
I have, yeah. Apparently it's just pouring down out there.
It's crazy. Like everything's underwater. Like everything is underwater. It's absolutely bananas. Let's say hello to our Tuesday crew. Let's start with the young man who just spoke from TCU. I was watching Landman. Anybody watch the first episode of Landman? The Horny Toads or Horny Frogs. They're taking Big Tommy's lines. Young Peyton, good morning.
Morning, guys. Can I just give a quick praise, speaking of TCU, to the women's basketball team again for going to Raleigh and knocking off number 10 ranked North Carolina State, the Wolfpack, by 10 points on Sunday. I'm telling you guys, go grab the Horned Frogs to win it all this year, because after each win, the price just keeps getting bigger. So go do what my dad does and buy it when it's on sale. TCU women's basketball to win the tournament, plus 3,500 right now.
By the way, did you get to produce or direct any of that game?
That game, I was actually doing the pre- and post-game show on the radio, KTCU.
On the radio. Wow. We're going to lose this star. It's a matter of time. 7 months, he'll be gone. Somebody big's going to hire him, and, little old us over here just, hey, we knew him. Now, next, he's a big part of the crew. He's Sure Dog USA. He'll be a part of the premium pop-up tonight. Say good morning to the happiest Chicago Bears fan in the world. Mikey P, good morning.
Good morning, Coach. I want to apologize. All that flooding you're seeing is tears of joy, because with 2 different wins, the Bears might have a chance at the first seed in the NFC. And by the way, Peyton, I would never one-up you, but shout out to the Scranton women's basketball team who knocked off Pitt over the weekend, 69-63.
Well, I didn't even know Pitt had a women's basketball team, but hey, that's neither here nor there. Now, this man, you can read all of his stuff. I just saw it on Twitter, which normally works, over there at Prize Picks. If you want to put a little cash in your back pocket, best beard in the game. Soupy, what's good?
What's going on, everybody? Sorry, Mikey P, but right now the Giants are going through the NFC North tour, and we're getting crushed by everybody. This week we've got the Lions, so I think we're going to keep them in the competition.
Great line, Soupy. Good. All right, next is our numbers guy for a reason. Say good morning to Rafael Esparza. Good morning, Rafael.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, family. I was actually doing some weather research, and the way the weather is going now in California, they could have more rain totals in 3 days and than they had in 2 years. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in 24 hours in the state of California.
Oh, right now, Buddy is feeling you on that because he can't even go out to go to the bathroom right now. He stuck his head out this morning. He was like, I'm good. I'm straight. So it's an issue. It's an issue. We have another issue because we have a little dissension in the ranks, gentlemen. I'm sure Peyton and Soupy, you were not watching last night. It got very heated on the Monday night grind because Rafael, with all of his wisdom and his smarts, really came down on Big Tommy C. He was almost out of line, like right there on the line. He said CeeDee Lamb only 1 touchdown. Why would we play an anytime touchdown? Then who scored the first touchdown of the game for the Dallas Cowboys last night? Well, this morning, I know my text messages work. Producer man, if you don't mind.
Hey guys, sorry to interrupt the show, but I want to talk to my man Raphael. If you guys were watching Monday Night Grind last night, you saw one of my plays was CeeDee Lamb, anytime touchdown. And then Raffy came on afterwards, and he said, CeeDee Lamb has had 1 touchdown all year. And guess what, Raffy? He had 1 last night. So my play came through big time. Big time payoff for Big Tommy C. And you know what, Raphael? It ain't right that you question Big Tommy C. Now, Mr. Coachman, you may continue the show. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Big Tommy. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Who's Mr. Coachman?
I don't know, but I'll take him. I'll take him. Also, another thing that I guess we enjoy is the brand new Zenometer. And the Zenometer is not just for Zeno, although this time it really is. And when the chat queen Kimberly puts out on Twitter that she parlayed Tommy's 2 plays, Javonte Williams over 80 yards, he went for 100. So Tommy hit his 2 primetime plays. She parlayed them. But she also said that when she was watching the show yesterday and Zeno gave out Gonzaga team total under 98.5. Do you guys remember that? I can only imagine the Zenometer was all the way cranked up when they were at 100 with 5 minutes left to play. However, she didn't hear the team total. So she played the spread, which was like 40 points. They won by 72. So, Zeno, you inadvertently cashed some tickets, although I know your Zenometer was all the way up when that didn't cash with 6 minutes to go in the game. All right, that's all the recap from yesterday, all the fun we could have, which means that we got to speed up our picks this morning. So, who's starting? And we got to treat this like it's lockup. 10 seconds or less, 1 or 2 nuggets. Rafael beat you, Mikey P. Rafael, start us off. What do we got?
We're going to college hoops tonight. Great game. We're going to take Duke team total under 81.5. A little shocked it is this high. I think defense is going to be shown here, especially by Kansas, who got exposed a little bit by North Carolina. See a defensive battle. And don't forget, Duke's first 4 games, all 3 of them have gone under the total. So 81.5, I'm take the under. And then give me Austin Reeves over 30.5 points and assists, laying the 3 nickels. He's averaging 28 points per game and 8.2 assists per game. He's hit this 9 out of 11 games so far this year. Why not take it again? I don't care. LeBron's playing. LeBron's going to be on minutes restrictions. Austin Reeves has another big game.
All right, very good. Is there a reason that Raphael's picks are not on the screen? Someone? All right, we'll get those up there. Mikey?
Internet.
What's that?
Internet issues.
Okay.
Stop.
Okay, fair enough. Mikey, why don't you go next? What are our best bets today?
Give me the Boston Celtics team total over 117.5. They're playing the Brooklyn Nets. Enough said? They're the Brooklyn Nets. Okay, that's all I got for you today, Coach. And then on the heels of 10 straight wins for the Detroit Pistons, I know they played last night. They defeated the lowly Indiana Pacers. No Kate Cunningham. Give me the Pistons on the money line tonight against the Atlanta Hawks. I know Kate Cunningham is a star in Detroit, but how about Jalen Duren last night? 31 points, 15 rebounds. As long as he plays well, I think the Pistons continue to cruise. They'll win 11 straight tonight.
Stop. I severely disagree with this pick. Coach's challenge. I love the Hawks tonight. And guess what? We're going to have a little premium pop-up. So you and I will have a little tete-a-tete. I'll take the Hawks. If the Hawks win, guess what? Nothing happens. No. Yeah, I buy a piece of merch. If the Pistons win, you win the bet. But Mikey P, you're going to learn. Don't sleep on these Hawks. All right, I got to keep it going. Don't give me the poo-poo face because I didn't agree with one of your picks. I see that.
It's always me. It's always me getting the coach.
You're the only one with the poo-poo face. And the coach is Super, you're up. Go.
I'm going with Akron. Give me +3 against Bowling Green. Bowling Green has lost 4 straight. Akron has won 2 of the last 3, and that loss, they scored 35 points. I'm taking them against Bowling Green, who's averaging 12 points in their last 4. Give me the Blues. Maple Leafs over 5.5. The 2 bottom teams in goals allowed, they're only given 5.5. I think that Toronto could cover this alone, so I'm taking the over on these 2 bad defenses.
All right, young Peyton, go.
Blazers favored by only 1.5 at home against the Suns team without Jalen Green and Grayson Allen. Give me the Blazers to cover tonight. And how about the Blue Devils, who are favored by 10.5 against the Kansas Jayhawks tonight? Big game on the hardwood at Madison Square Garden. I think I like Duke to cover this game.
Oh my God! Can I do 2 coaches challenges in one show? You're picking against my Kansas Jayhawks?
Let's go.
Not very good. No, I'm not coaches challenging that. I've learned my lesson. No, they're not very good this year. I like that Duke pick a little bit. All right. Anybody else not gone yet? Everybody else gone? Everybody's gone? All right. I'm going to do mine too very, very quickly. The Orlando Magic, they won 3 of 4. They're playing home against Golden State. Golden State is not that good on the road, and they're favored by 3. Magic cover, and they win on the court tonight. And then out west, the Suns and the Blazers. 2 very willing dance partners. I love the over here at 236. The Blazers in their arena, great shooting. For some reason, the aesthetics are awesome. So I think this blows way over 240 tonight, and we cash 2 different plays. All right, quickly, our dog of the day. Not an official pick on the show. We just think it's a lot of fun to do it. Magic, you know who I'm on. Northern Illinois, what? And then Michigan State. It's that 4-game thing with Duke and KU. Same building, doubleheader tonight. Mikey P, if you had to, where would you go?
Northern Illinois, obviously. Let's go, Huskies.
Young Peyton.
I'm going to go with the Magic at home.
Oh, a little synergy with your boy. Soupy, talk to me.
I'm going to go with Michigan State, different than everybody else. Let's do it.
Raphael.
I'm looking for UMass on this thing because they play tonight in football, but I guess I'll take Michigan State. Tom Izzo, I'll take him any day.
Wow. Mikey, are you catching strays for your selections for dog of the day?
First off, UMass is a 32.5-point dog, and I wanted to play them.
I did too.
Week, they were 11.5-point dog, and they lost by 40
to Northern Illinois. That was the best bet last week. UMass. Little bit off, just a little bit off on that one.
First, I called somebody and said, "Hey, if you can get UMass at 11.5, take it." Oh wait, it moved to 9. Leave it alone. And they lost by 40.
You feel so stupid. I've done that a million times. Like, no, that half a point changed everything. They lose by 50. All right, gentlemen, well done. I feel really, really good about our picks today. Now, still to come on the other side. I don't care if Twitter's down. I don't care if our slides are down. I don't care. It doesn't stop us. We still have the fantasy forecast. We got front page news. Are the Cowboys truly a playoff team? Now, coming up in 20 minutes, we always look ahead. It's week number 12. And last week was a perfect example of what I'm talking about. You got to beat the line because in the NFL, a half a point, it absolutely matters. We're just getting started on a Tuesday. It's Coach Company, Stadium, Valley Sports Live. All right, you degenerates out there watching on our YouTube channel, we continue on. And sometimes players are just injury prone. Mikey P, I'll start with you. Michael Penix, for the 5th time in 8 years of playing football, he is out for the season. Another injury. He will not play in the NFL the rest of 2025.
It's at this point, it's not surprising. It's just more questions about the Atlanta Falcons front office. You signed Kirk Cousins to $40 million coming off an Achilles. You selected Michael Penix in the first round. I don't know what they're doing. I really want to like Michael Penix. I just can't. He can't stay healthy.
Young Peyton.
Same thing at Washington, right? I mean, you thought he was going to be great there, but he kept getting hurt. And now you got to play Kirk Cousins the rest of the way. And it's just going to be a brutal go for the Atlanta Falcons from here on out.
Mr. Soupy.
Yeah, he rode that 1 year in Washington where he went to the national championship game, but every other year, even at Indiana, he was injury prone, and it's continuing here. Let's see if Kirk Cousins can save the Falcon season.
And that was the narrative coming out. Don't spend a high pick on him because, and they didn't listen, Raphael. They didn't listen. Now they're 3-7, and they basically lost their high draft pick for the rest of the year.
I'm pushing Atlanta to the side because I want to know what his mental state is now. He's been dealing with issues, medical issues, almost his whole football career. What's his mental state right now? I feel bad for the kid.
It's really, really hard, especially when you have to show up at the headquarters, whatever you want to call it, and you're doing rehab all the time. And you know the other players are talking. You know they are, because players think it's the difference between being hurt and being injured. A lot of people play injured, but it's and at 3-7, my God, they're in the one division where I think 9-8 is going to win it, and they won't even get close. They're in Atlanta. Interesting. All right, Raphael, you're going to drop off. You'll be in the chat. Any questions for Raphael, he will answer them for you in real time. But it's also time to start thinking about your lineups this week. A lot of you out there love yourselves a little fantasy. So we got fantasy, front page news, and also a look ahead in just 20 minutes. We are back live on Stadium in just, let me check my notes. Oh, yes, in just 5 seconds. Okay, welcome back, everybody. It is Coach and Company here on Stadium. Nothing stops us, even bad weather across this great country of ours. Now, Raphael is in the chat if you're watching on YouTube right now, but this is the time of the week where we start to look ahead, set your lineups, because it's only going to be a few weeks before playoffs are here for all of you fantasy freaks out there. So it's time for our fantasy forecast. It's one of my favorite transitions. All right, you guys know how we do. We piggyback all the way down. We'll start with Mikey P, then Peyton, then Soupy. Number one take from you this week, Mikey P, is what?
There are 3 backup running backs who should be jumping to the top of your attention list. And that's Emmanuel Wilson of the Green Bay Packers, Bam Knight of the Arizona Cardinals, and Sean Tucker, who had not 1, not 2, but 3 touchdowns against the Buffalo Bills last week. All 3 of those guys are going to get more opportunities because of injuries ahead of them. And when we're at week 12 in the NFL season, this is the time where backup running backs can make or break your chance at a playoff run.
I'm going with Jacoby Brissett. He's been putting up numbers. Say what you want about this awful Cardinals team, but Jacoby Brissett has been putting them up. Not Mahomes, not Josh Allen, but Jacoby Brissett just broke the NFL completion record last week with 47. Jacoby Brissett, the expatriate Commander, Brown, Dolphin, and Colt. But from a fantasy standpoint, this guy has thrown for 2 passing touchdowns in all 5 games he started. That's huge from a fantasy play. I know when you're hanging out with your friends and they ask you guys, well, who's your starting quarterback? It's not the sexiest thing in the world to say Jacoby Brissett, but unless your starting quarterback is Drake May, there's no reason to not start this guy on your team.
Kirk Cousins is back under center, but I am avoiding him at all costs. That one start he had against Miami, 173 passing yards, and his schedule is very difficult. It's going against Seattle, Tampa Bay, and then if you play him in the semifinals or the championship, if you even make it there with Kirk Cousins, he's going against the Cardinals and the Rams, who are both top 8 in points allowed to the quarterback. I know if you had Penix, he is not that, but you're not replacing him with Cousins.
Can you imagine getting to your Super Bowl with Kirk Cousins as your quarterback? Oh, my God. It'd be like one-handed, it feels like. By the way, just because of what you said, Peyton, I went in and looked because I hadn't looked that closely. 47 of 57, only 10 incompletions. People say, well, how come they only scored 22? Well, he also threw 2 interceptions, which is a It's not a stat killer, but it's a point killer. That's amazing. And they had two receivers with over 100 yards. And wow, without their number one receiver even playing in the game. 15 for wow, bananas. Great look by you, Peyton. Great look. All right, take number 2. Mikey P, what do we got?
Coach, there's a new wide receiver, too, in the Houston Texans offense, and that's rookie Jaden Higgins. I don't care if C.J. Stroud's throwing the football, Davis Mills, or General Mills. This guy has had 7 or more targets in 3 of his last 4 games. He is on the rise. It's going to help out Nico Collins owners and Jaden Higgins. If you're looking for a bye-week replacement, a lot of wide receivers are injured. Jaden Higgins, go get him.
It's time to trade A.J. Brown, guys. Not only did we hear him say it himself on the Twitch stream, but you can never trust that because he was trolling. But trade this guy. Trade him to that one Eagles fan in your league that's obsessed with the team and will take any Eagle he can get whenever. But, heck, I already traded him for Stephon Diggs because he just put up his season high of receptions was 7. But you know what? How about a total of just 49 yards, no touchdowns? That's usually your uncle's stat line on Thanksgiving Day flag football. Whenever this guy catches the football, the camera does a close-up on him, and it's like some sort of relief. Like, you just caught it. Like, do you really want your receiver to be relieved just because he caught one pass and got the ball? Didn't think so. Get rid of A.J. Brown.
I'm throwing my confidence back into Mark Andrews, a former top tight end. Last couple of years have not been great, but I'm throwing him back in. He has 3 catches in 3 of his last 4 games. He has gotten a touchdown in 3 straight, and he's got the easiest schedule for tight ends. He still has to play the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's got 2 games against the Bengals defense. Yeah, just saying the Bengals defense should have him in your lineup. He's a confident guy going for the rest of the season.
Don't get hot. I feel like you were yelling at me right there. The Bengals defense. Bengals defense. Gentlemen, great look aheads. Hopefully people are doing what I do and have their paper and their pen to take it down because you may not remember by Friday. That's why we do it on Tuesday. Now, there's a lot of things going on out there. A lot of crazy things in the world of sports. That's why we have a little segment we like to call Front Page News. All right, that's my favorite transition, not the other one. I love them both. Great work by producer man and Mikey P on the production side. All right, now, gentlemen, last night the Cowboys, after a stumbling first start, they really got things going. They hit their team total. We cashed on that at 33. CeeDee Lamb, into the game, I don't know what he was doing, but anybody that had him for 2 touchdowns is crying in their soup this morning because there was nobody within 20 yards of him. He just dropped it. But they win by 17. They cover all of the overs hit. Javonte Williams, George Pickens, all of this. But now, Mikey P, I'm going to start with you. Philadelphia this week at home. Then Kansas City at home. Then Detroit. So the next 3 games, bangers. Are the Cowboys a playoff team?
They can compete for the final wild card spot, but that's about all they can do. Let's temper expectations. They beat the Las Vegas Raiders and 90-year-old Geno Smith. I'm not like blown away by the Cowboys' performance. They beat the level of their competition. I do think they got better, especially on the defensive side of the ball with all the reinforcements, but I'm not ready to crown them a playoff team just yet.
Yeah, I hate to be like this, guys, but we can't sit here and ask ourselves if the Cowboys are a playoff team after they beat the Raiders. We sound like Dallas-Fort Worth locals. But hold on, just give me 1 second real quick. Pete Carroll still has a job. He's still the coach of the Raiders. That was embarrassing last night. I mean, Cowboys receivers were more open than the bars here on Saturday nights. And, Coach, you know what I'm talking about, of course, when I say that. But what a bad game last night. I wish they were – I wish they were a playoff team so I could go. But I don't think this Cowboys team's a playoff squad.
What I'm thinking right now is they got to get through this stretch, the Chiefs, the Lions, and the Eagles. If they could go 2-1, that schedule gets better. Then they get the Chargers, the Giants, and the Commanders. Those are winnable games. I think they could sneak into the 7th seed, but I'm not confident. Not playing against the Raiders. No.
I think you're spot on. They got to go 2-1 in these next 3 because the last 4 are winnable. But if they go 0-3, they're going to be 4-8, and that just will be impossible. Let's stay with the Cowboys though, because last night it was pretty obvious to me, and I still don't know why both guys were benched at the start of the game, but they were. But George Pickens had 9 for 144, and there was not an athlete on that field that could guard him. CeeDee Lamb, 5 for 66. Mikey, I'm starting to think that maybe George Pickens is better than CeeDee Lamb. Your take?
First and foremost, they were benched because Mikey P had the team total over in the first quarter. So thank you, Schottenheimer, for blowing that for me. Coach, let's slow down. George Pickens is very, very good. You know what else he did? He had a boneheaded mistake in that game as well. I will still take CeeDee Lamb every single day that ends in Y before I take George Pickens.
Yeah, it's hard to say that either of these guys are better than the other. I mean, we've all known how good CeeDee Lamb has been and how good he is now, but the fact that George Pickens, the fact is that he's just putting up numbers right now. And Raphael called it last night on Monday Night Grind with Pickens being the Cowboys' #1 right now, but the best defenders are on CD, and he's drawing double teams, which is what has made George Pickens so dangerous lately. But the two best receivers in football are on the same team, so Dak is definitely happy.
These guys both play different positions. Pickens is more of a wideout, while CeeDee Lamb is that slot. So it's kind of depending on what the game plan is. Pickens, he knows how to stretch the ball downfield. Lambs is one of the better route runners that we see in the league. And in games now where that defense is so bad, they need the big plays. They need to stretch the field. And I think that's why Pickens is being favored in this offense.
That's a great look, Soupy. I could have swore that Peyton, you just admitted that somebody from the team watches a show when they're not on. Does that happen here at the brand?
Yeah, you said that I wasn't watching, but I did watch up until once Tommy C blows a kiss. I just have to go.
Yeah, you got extra stage left. I get that. But thank you for actually watching the show and maybe learning something on how we do this.
I gotta do something in night class. Come on.
That's very true. Like we put the headphones in and they think you're. Yeah, I love it. We've seen the pictures. I just feel like I'm going to get in trouble because I'm the one signing your internship papers, and I'm going, hey coach, hey, all I do is sign the papers. I just signed the papers. Finally, and I don't Oh God, that's my least favorite line. I always yell at you guys. All of these big time colleges that like to recycle head coaches and pay them millions and millions of dollars instead of giving somebody new a chance. Enter the room, Virginia Tech, because James Franklin, who could not win a big game at Penn State, his record atrocious against the top 20, and let's not talk about postseason. But Mikey P, the other part of the story is that the buyout of $40-some million was never that. This finalized a buyout of $9 million to now make whatever it is, $4 or $5 million to us. Why do coaches have to get back in so quickly? And why is Virginia Tech going after a guy that can't win the big game?
They're Virginia Tech, coach. And where's the celebratory ESPN interview that James Franklin's going to do? Let me check my notes. 4 days after he signs his contract. I am so sick of this guy. I don't know why Virginia Tech wanted him. Whatever. Mid gets mid, I guess. That's all I can say about James Franklin.
He's getting $9 million now on the buyout, but he's going to make up some or all that $40 million with however big this contract is going to be. But this is chump change to Virginia Tech now because the Virginia Tech athletic department just added $229 million to their football budget over the next 4 years. So I'm sure that was courtesy of a bunch of rich alumni who contributed to their program.
I think the reason why Virginia Tech hired him is because he doesn't do well in the big games, but when you're in the ACC, how many big games are you even playing? But I think this is the spark that they needed. They needed the name coach to try to compete in the conference. With the buyout, I think LSU would love to call Virginia Tech and ask them, how do they do it?
Yeah. We've had 3 offers denied by Brian Kelly. How did you guys get that done? Pennies on the dollar. It is fascinating how coaches, I worked with a bunch of them at ESPN. It's kind of like in media. When you're off, I don't care. Out of sight, out of mind. It's absolutely bananas the way they do it. All right, we're only halfway home here on Coach and Company. Still to come, we look ahead to Week 12 in the National Football League, and there are some gigantic games and also our NBA showcase. Let's keep it going, Coach and Company on Stadium and Bally Sports Live. All right, we're having issues with athletes and celebrities getting burglarized when they are playing a game. And guys, the latest one, Shadir Sanders, he gets his first action in a real game, and his home get burglarized at the same time. So what's worse, the stat line or the fact that his house was being broken into, Mikey?
There's going to be more valuables in his home than on the football field. I mean, I hope they weren't looking for a stat sheet, coach, because they won't find one in that home. I mean, it absolutely sucks. But if you've seen his Twitch setup, Shador Sanders' home, that's a lot of money in there.
It is. Peyton?
Yeah, I just feel horrible for anybody who gets their house broken into. It's the worst feeling in the world. I got my apartment busted into last semester, coach. It was not good. I was really going through it.
It's scary. That's
Yeah.
really scary. Soupy.
The unfortunate part is when you're trying to burglarize a home, you don't want anybody home. And so with these people, they know what these athletes' schedules are. They know they're not going to be home at this time. This is an ample time to break in for them. It's unfortunate this is happening, especially when you think that these celebrity athletes probably have all the money for high-tech security and all that. It's still happening.
It's still happening. It happens out here in LA all the time. I know we're on YouTube right now. Real quick, can everybody see me okay?
Yes.
Because what I see on my screen right now is the premium and nothing else. I
Coach,
feel like I'm talking.
I see the same thing.
You see the same
I
thing?
can actually
Yes.
see you all
Yes.
for the first time in a while.
Producer man would tell me if we were not on the air. So as long as you see the same thing, I'm telling you, all these platforms are going wonky today. Absolutely wonky today. And by the way, Big Cheesy says, I'm shocked Coach didn't name any of those people he worked with at ESPN. Like why would I name Steve Lavin? Because I worked with him for 3 years. I mean, Seth Greenberg, 300. Why would I name him? Bruce Pearl, just one all-time great. Why would I name him? That's something that I would not do. It's embarrassing. Now, coming up on the second half of the show, it's time to look ahead. Week 12. We're getting serious. Thanksgiving is next week. It's time to get down to business. We're back in 5 seconds. All right, welcome back, everybody. It is Coach and Company here on Stadium and Bally Sports Live. We are halfway home if you're watching us live in the East, 1032. Out here in the West, where everything is underwater, it is 732. If you're just getting out of bed, thanks for hanging out with us to start your day. Now, still to come later, do not forget, Off the Ropes, 2 to 4 Eastern Time on Sirius XM. And we will have a premium pop-up tonight at, let's go 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Live betting college football, live betting the NBA, live betting the NHL. But right now, and this is such an important segment of the week, any NFL questions, Raphael will be in the chat. We have our guys right here. These numbers matter. They absolutely matter. So let's kick off week 12. Back just like we always do, Mikey, Peyton, and Soupy. This is a big one because the Texans very, very quietly have started to play pretty good football. And when you look at their record, 5-5 pivotal game. So they have the Bills coming to town, and Mikey, the Bills are coming off a 44-point outing against the Bucks. Your first take of the week. Let's go.
Coach, stop me if you've heard me say this before. Bills, get James Cook the football. That's all I need. Josh Allen, that was a fantastic performance. One of the best performances we've seen in recent history in the NFL. 6 touchdowns, 3 through the air, 3 on the ground. I love the Bills in this spot. I think they roll over the Texans, who may not have C.J. Stroud once again this week.
Yeah, and if they don't have C.J. Stroud again, it's going to be Davis Mills, who squeaked by the Titans last week, and we all can squeak by the Titans, but he beat the Jaguars, put 36 points on the Jaguars, had 2 touchdowns. That's a really impressive outing, in my opinion, but I think the Bills probably steamroll these guys and cover the spread here at 5.5.
I think that the best thing that the Texans can do is they can limit Josh Allen to one side. They got to keep they're a great secondary, and they could probably limit the passing. But Josh Allen, do you see how that guy runs? James Cook, give him the ball. Yes, if they hit the ground running, I think that's how they beat the Texans. I still think they can cover on the road.
I think we lean into the overs for James Cook, not the overs for Josh Allen rushing, because a lot of those are short. They're not super long like he used to do. They're not calling those plays anymore, but maybe anytime touchdown for Josh Allen. And I think the team total as opposed to the over, because I think the Texans are going to struggle. I don't think they're going to play like they did against Jacksonville. I think they're going to play like they did against Tennessee. So I'm assuming the team total, haven't even looked at it yet, is probably going to be 27, 28, something like that. I like them to get into the 30s like they did a week ago. All right, game number 2. And Mikey, this one's just for you, big dog. It's just for you. The Steelers, they beat the Bengals by 22. Some weeks they look like world beaters. The other weeks they're like, what is Aaron Rodgers doing? But now they go to the Windy City. Now they're going head-to-head with your first place Chicago Bears. And you're favored by 3. Your take.
Well, I would never say what Aaron Rodgers is doing, but he likely won't be playing in this game due to a fracture in his left wrist. So that right now to me screams take the Bears right now. I know Rodgers has said he wants to play this upcoming week because of course he does. They're playing the Bears and he owns them if we all remember that line. I would say take the Bears now. Mason Rudolph scheduled to start for Pittsburgh. I like them in this spot at home.
Speaking of remembering lines, I don't know if you guys remember right before the season when I was telling Zeno, who was high on the Steelers, I said, they're one hit away from Mason Rudolph. And we are there. We are definitely there right now. And Mason Rudolph will probably play in this game in Chicago. I got to go with the Bears here, especially at only 3. You might see a low-scoring game. Maybe they have trouble scoring against that Steelers defense. But I think the Steelers offense is going to be the issue in this game, and the Bears cover.
You're talking about the Steelers defense. This Steelers defense has not been as good as advertised. Not even that defensive line. They are allowing guys to run all over them. Nothing is strong on this team. And if you've got Mason Rudolph as your quarterback, you are in trouble. I think that the Bears can easily roll, especially at home.
Yeah, speaking of in trouble, remember a couple of weeks ago, and the Ravens were the betting favorite, 2 games behind the Steelers. Well, now the Ravens are 1 game behind the Steelers, and they haven't even played any of those 2 games they have left with them. And by the way, Peyton, you got to be careful. If you're going to say something about Zeno, he might be watching. What am I saying? What am I saying? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's just crazy pants. That's just crazy pants. All right. Game number 3.
Part-time comedian, Coach.
What's that?
Part-time comedian you are.
Well, I've been known to crack a few every now and then. This is an absolute must-win. This is an absolute must-win. And if you would have told me 3 months ago, I knew the Chiefs were not going to be as good this year. I knew that. We've got an aging tight end who is more focused on celebrity than he is on playing. We have a Patrick Mahomes who's trying to do everything that he can. We got a defense that can't get off the ground or off the field on 3rd down. But other than that, playing great football. But if they lose this week, they will not make the playoffs. Period. End of story. So in walks first place Indianapolis Colts at 8-2 and getting 3 points. I'm telling you, Mikey P, right now, my initial thought would be put the Colts in every teaser you have this week because the Chiefs do not cover spreads. Your take on this one?
I really like the Chiefs in this game, but I believe I'm with you. The Colts can cover in this game as well. Hey, Sauce Gardner, welcome to Indy. Your next assignment after Atlanta, Rashee Rice and the Chiefs with their backs up against the wall. I like the over in this game because I believe the Chiefs can put up at least 35 points against this Colts defense, but I do like the Chiefs to win this game.
I mean, go ahead and look at the Colts schedule real quick. I know they have a phenomenal record, but they haven't really been battle tested on the road besides their loss to the Rams. And this is at Arrowhead. This is a really tough game to play. Although when you look at last week's game, the Chiefs against the Broncos, they couldn't move the football. Every time they got the ball back, you thought Mahomes would go lead you down the field, and he didn't. And they just ended up punting again. So definitely some trouble on both sides for offense in this game. I think I like the Colts here, although, to cover the 3.
The reason why the Broncos beat the Chiefs last week was with RPO and misdirection. What do the Colts do? RPO and misdirection. And who do they have running the ball? Jonathan Taylor, who is on pace for 2,000 yards. I think that I'm going to tease it up. I'll just buy that half a point. I don't like the +3. I'll take that +3.5. I'll buy a little bit.
Super smart. Super smart by all 3 of you. All right. I cannot talk about the Chiefs anymore. Can't. Can't talk about them. It's so frustrating. But I also have to remember, because I say this to all my friends who are fans of teams that are going through it right now, because before Patrick Mahomes, I thought the closest thing I was going to get to a Super Bowl winning quarterback for the Chiefs was working with Lenny Dawson when he was 64 years old in Kansas City in my second job. And so I can't complain because we've gotten 3. But when you start winning, you guys know how it, well, maybe not you, Mikey, but you guys know how it is when you're winning. You just want it more and more. Oh, did I get a poo-poo face for that one? Oh, now you're telling me to move on. Oh, I saw that. Did you guys see that? Yeah, I saw it too. Move on, coach. Very interesting. Peyton, you're my number 1 backup. All right, game number 4. This is an interesting one. Dallas, welcome back. You win a very emotionally charged game on Monday night. You get to host the team that's probably playing the best defense in all of football right now, the Philadelphia Eagles. Mikey, on the road, they're giving 3.5. I don't feel good about this one for Dak and this offense, the way the Eagles are playing defense.
The way the Eagles are playing defense definitely deserves a lot of respect, but that Cowboys defense has added a lot as well. Coach, I am going with the upset right here. Give me the Cowboys to upset the Eagles at home. Peyton, pick your jaw up. It's okay. You can thank me later.
There's no way the Eagles lose to the Cowboys. Are you kidding me? The Eagles are going to steamroll over these guys. 3.5 is just the number. I think that's disrespectful. I think this number should be almost a touchdown. I think the Eagles dominate this game.
I think the Eagles are getting a little bit better offensively that we saw last week. I think Saquon's starting to pick up. I think that's going to be integral because they allowed 16 points to the Raiders. Okay, the Raiders, they're only averaging 15 points. They did a little bit better than what their average is all season. Now you got to face an Eagles team that wants to just stomp on this NFC East with the Cowboys right behind them. I think they get it done.
Did you just use the word integral?
I got a very diverse vocabulary.
That is one way to describe it. That is one way to describe. I mean, you're the only one in our universe that has his own language. We call it Sloopyisms. I mean, that's what it is. So you're right. You have your own language. God, you make me laugh so much. Thank you, Soupy. So much. All right, game number 5, a battle of first place teams. 6-4, 8-2. The Rams proved they can win the close one, beating Seattle by 2 last week. They're now with Matthew Stafford. They're rolling, and they're eyeing that number 1 seed. They're saying, Eagles, hold my beer. So here comes the Bucs, who scored over 30 against the Bills, Mikey, and they're getting 6.5. Your take?
PSA, Baker Mayfield, no one has been pounding the table harder for you this season than yours truly. Please pull off this upset. I like the Buccaneers to cover plus 6.5. Please knock out the number 1 seed, Los Angeles Rams. Please.
I just don't see that happening without their guy Mike Evans anymore. It's not the same Baker Mayfield with no Mike Evans. And the Rams looked really good last week in the first quarter, and then the offense absolutely disappeared. So hopefully they get back onto the right track against the Buccaneers. I think they do, because the Bills, you saw how the Buccaneers defense was against the Bills. Not pretty. I think the Rams put up points and covered.
I think the Rams right now are the best team in the NFC. I know they lost to the Eagles, but they were up big against the Eagles when they played them, and then unfortunately they let that lead go. They are running on all cylinders. They let Sam Darnold see ghosts again, and with all the injuries, it's starting to catch up with the Buccaneers. Yeah, that minus 6.5, that's good enough for me. I'll take that all day.
Thank you, Soupy, for bringing up my worst bad beat of the entire season, because I had the Rams that day. Just go down, Carter. Just go down. Not that I haven't let it go. Holy Christ, that was a bad beat. I've never seen a bad beat like that. I haven't. So, Soupy, thank you. I do also agree they're the best team in the NFC. Now, still to come. Mikey, eye rolls, shaking of the heads, poo-poo faces. Oh, not your best show. Not your best show. Coming up on the other side, it's time to talk a little NBA. It's Coach and Company right here on Stadium, Valley Sports Live. All right, I got to bring my guy Raphael back on because college football rankings come out tonight, And Raphael, Navy lost 2 weeks ago by 39 to Notre Dame. They can't possibly be in line for a playoff spot, could they?
It's funny how they could be, but Tulane is knocking on Navy's doorstep as well with a big win at home. So it's going to be a battle between Navy now and Tulane with the weeks getting closer and the final rankings being posted soon. I can't believe we could see Navy in the college football playoff. That'd be fantastic.
And maybe we just bet over it because these teams have got to win, Mikey, and win with the eye test also.
That's right. And that's why I'm looking at the James Madison Dukes. Can I just get one or two more upsets to continue the chaos that has been the college football playoffs? Let's go, James Madison, 9-1. I think I want to see them in more than Navy.
By the way, can you imagine Navy getting in or James Madison getting in and Alabama or somebody not getting in? Oh my God, Peyton, your thoughts?
It's just it's rough for us. So I mean, I want to see those better teams get it. I want to see James Madison get steamrolled by I don't know, a top team. This is ridiculous. But James Madison is ranked right now at 21.
There you go, Soupy.
I personally want to see North Texas in there, but that's probably not going to happen. Imagine this though: Navy gets into the 12-team playoff, and then they have the Army versus Navy game. With Navy in the playoff and Army, they would definitely want to beat them. That would be an exciting game to watch.
Do we know that if Navy got in and they lost the Army, would that affect anything?
I don't think so, because I think that the final playoff rankings comes out the week after
It'll be
the
locked in,
conference
right?
playoffs. So I think it's
Wow.
locked in.
If that happens, and that did happen, I think they'd have to change the date of the Army-Navy game moving forward. But they're always set in the second week of December. It's always the last game. By the way, tomorrow, Wednesdays are college here at the show. And Lane Kiffin does a great job of looking into the camera going, I love it at Ole Miss. I love what we're building here. Oh, wait, that private jet's for me going to Baton Rouge yesterday. What are we doing? That'll be a topic tomorrow. My goodness. The dude on fire. We're back in 5 seconds. All right, it's time for our NBA showcase, and I got to be honest with you. The NBA has been incredibly exciting so far. Points, and more points, and every single weekday there is a nationally televised game. But I made an executive decision today because the Spurs and the Grizzlies, there's no Ja, there's no Wemby, so guess what? We ain't talking about them. So we put in a substitute game. So I need to see all 4 of my guys. We're starting with the Warriors and the Magic. This is one of my best bets. I think the Magic win this game on the court, but they're getting 3. Mikey P, let's start with you. Steph Curry's been having some really big games, but on the road and with the whole Draymond Angel Reese fiasco, how do we see tonight?
First and foremost, a piece of merch from yours truly to the first Magic fan who calls Draymond Green Angel Reese tonight. I'm doing it, Coach. I'm doing it. I'm all over the Magic. I know Steph Curry is always going to be Steph Curry, but we have not heard the name Jimmy Butler at all this season. And the Magic are a good defensive team. And as much as we look at Paolo Banchero as the star, Franz Wagner has been their number one go-to this year. I think the Magic beat the Warriors in this one.
Peyton.
Franz Wagner consistently has put up points for them when Paulo plays or doesn't play. Banchero's out tonight for this game. However, I want to see if Jalen Suggs plays. He's a huge part of their offense from a point guard standpoint. They brought in TCU Desmond Bane to add some scoring, but from a point guard standpoint, facilitating the offense, it's really important for me to see if Jalen Suggs plays in this game, and then I take the Magic.
Subi.
I think that in order for the Magic to have to beat the Warriors, they're going to have to score. I'm leaning towards the over, especially without Banchero out. They are going to need the score. And Curry, he's averaging 34 points against the Magic over his last 3 games. I think he's going to have a big game. So I'm going to lean towards the over. I can't look at a spread right now because I think it can either be a blowout by the Warriors or I think the Magic win.
Grab the plus 3.5 now because they ain't going to be there. And I'm thinking Suggs will play, and that's going to be the big issue why Orlando steals this game.
I'm sorry, Raphael. I just got stuck on something Subi just said. It could either be the Warriors or the Magic.
No, I think it could be the Warriors will either blow them out or it could be an upset by the Magic.
I know what you said. I heard you the first time. It just sounded better the way.
Try following that, Coach. Try following that. I got
True.
it.
I mean that high level analytical analysis from Soupy right there. All right, game number 2, and I'm also on this game tonight. It's going to be a ton of points. The Suns have very quietly been a really good team this year. So I didn't like playing the Blazers to win because the Suns are very, very capable. Who's on the Blazers money line, by the way? So I know somebody is.
I'm on them by 2 tonight.
You love them by 2 tonight. Okay, not a bad play. I couldn't get myself there. Let's piggyback all the way around. Mikey P, your thoughts on this one?
Well, I think the Suns can win by a blowout because of Devin Booker. So I really like Devin Booker in this game. I know Portland has played a lot better this year. Denny Avdia of the Blazers has been their best player. Give me Devin Booker and the Suns to roll in this one.
Blazers have a lot of players on the perimeter that can defend Devin Booker. When they only need to guard one guy tonight without Grayson Allen out there beyond the arc, then I think I like the Trailblazers in this game. They play with such great pace, the 3rd fastest pace in the NBA, by the way, and also points per game. They're averaging 121.5. That's top 5 in the league. They're putting up points, and I think they cover tonight against the Suns.
I think it all depends on if Holiday's playing. Right now, he's a game-time decision. I think that is important for the Blazers. And yeah, Peyton, you're saying that they have perimeter defenders for Devin Booker. It's still Devin Booker. And with Durant and Beal gone, he has taken over this team again. I like the Suns tonight.
Wait on this one. If there's no Holiday, look at the Suns. This game will still go over if both teams having injuries all over the place because both teams can shoot the 3. But with no Holiday, I have to look at the Suns.
Oh, thank you, Raphael. I am on the over. I appreciate the next level NBA handicapping that I continue to do to lead the charge. You're welcome, boys. You are welcome. Now, we had a winning day yesterday. Feels good. That's just one day. We got to make it 2. Let's lock it in. Or we're not going to lock it in. All right. In the wrestling business, we call it a rib. All right, 10 seconds or less. 1 or 2 nuggets is all that I need. Soupy, top right, start us off.
Akron +3. They've won 2 of their last 3. They scored 35 points in their last game against Bowling Green, who is averaging 12 points over their 4-game losing streak. And then let's go Blues, Maple Leafs over 5.5. Maple Leafs, the over is gone up in 16 of 19 games this year. 2 bottom defenses. Let's go over.
The second straight day that we had an over here on the show. Yesterday, Chuck's over 6 hit barely. They had 13 goals in the game. All right, young Peyton, you're up next.
We're going with the Blazers to cover 1.5 at home against the Phoenix team without Jalen Green or Grayson Allen tonight. And I think Cam Boozer goes off for the Duke Blue Devils tonight again. He just had 35, 12 in 29 minutes in his last game. I think he does it again, but this time it's on national television on ESPN at Madison Square Garden. Duke to cover the 10.5.
Yeah, they're twins, but clearly one twin is better than the other twin. But they're both on Duke, so and they're both going to play in the NBA. So Carlos Boozer, yeah, your retirement's set. All right, Mikey P, you're up.
Coach, the Twins being better than each other is like me and you. Give me the Celtics team total over 117.5. They're playing the Brooklyn Nets. That's enough said there. And then the Detroit Pistons money line, second night of a back-to-back. I like Detroit to roll behind Jalen Duren against the Atlanta Hawks.
And that is my coach's challenge of the day. The Hawks win tonight. Boom! And if the Hawks do win tonight, somebody in the chat will get a piece of merch. 3 merch drops this week. The Indiana ones are done. Raphael, you're up.
We're going to go with Duke team total under 81.5. Don't forget Duke's first game was against Texas, 75-60. That's what type of game we're going to see tonight. I think defense will be all over Madison Square Garden. And then give me Austin Reeves over 30.5 points and assists. First 11 games Austin Reeves has played this year, 9 of them have hit this number. Give me it again.
What was that?
Give it again.
You got Cena and Monday Night Raw one night, and then you've got Duke and Kansas, Michigan State and Kentucky tonight. All right, make me a little smarter, Raphael.
Going into NBA in this one, each of the Utah Jazz last 7 games after coming off an overtime game have gone over the total. And we know Utah flies over the total.
Did you guys notice something real quick? I feel like I'm losing control of the brand because not only very, very good. Very good. So my plays, I'm just going to sit here because we have 2 minutes and I have no clue what's going to happen in the last 2 minutes. But as I was saying, losing control of the brand when I get cut off for lock it in, when I don't have time to give my 2 plays, when I'm the hottest capper, maybe not just on Coaching Company, but maybe in the world right now. I had Raphael check the numbers. It's very possible I could be the best capper in the world right now. And then cut off my boys. So that sounded horrible. You know what I mean. All right. So quickly, still to come, we have the podcast around 11:15 a.m. Eastern time. We get a little bit deeper into the world of sports. It's rarely about betting, so it's a lot of fun. Come join us there. Then 2 to 4 Eastern time, my Sirius XM radio show where nobody cuts me off. 2 to 4 Eastern time. It is off the ropes. And something right now, I don't even know if my camera's working, but it is what it is. All right. That's going to do it for us today. Thank you. Sometimes you just got to get through it, and that's all that matters. But have a great day. Hopefully you laughed a little bit. Hopefully you learned a little bit. Educate, entertain. You know what we're all about. There's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire team, damn it, do I love this team on Tuesdays. Mikey P, my guy, Young Peyton, Soupy, Raphael, and producer man behind the scenes. I'm simply the coach, trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's what we're all about. Buddy, I'll get you right here. Coaching Company, Stadium, and Bally Sports Live. Have a great day.